the idea of human rights was anathema in feudal times. What? Human rights? Are you crazy? People can't possibly have rights. So it wasn't until, the French Revolution and the American Revolution that people even had the idea that there might be such a thing as individual human rights, and that we might organize and declare that to be the case. And that's why Etienne wrote this piece. That's what it's about. Etienne Rodogil, with his wife Nadine, is responsible for the original libretto, based on the French Revolution. It's so beautiful. I met Etienne and we became friends. So when he and his wife put this piece together, which is it's a combination of his words and her drawings, they came to me in 1989 and asked me if I would set it to music. I just worked through it page by page. It's about 50 pages long, and it took me 6 weeks. And at the end of 6 weeks, I had a sort of demo of the whole thing mapped out. It's just a cassette, of a mix of what I'd recorded, with me singing all the parts and playing all the instruments. It's true to Etienne's original libretto, which was a poetic but polemical treatise based quite tightly on the history of the politics of France leading up to the summer of 1789, and also what happened afterwards. I'd always loved the sound of big orchestras, so to have the opportunity to use one was something that I grasped with both hands. I've learned an enormous amount about the way an orchestra works, and about the range that people can sing and the range instruments can play. I had no idea where an oboe started and finished before I started work on this thing. So I quite often early on I would write lines, sit at home writing lines on a keyboard in the orchestrations, and Rick Wentworth would come in and go, "It's very pretty, but that instrument can't actually play that. You've gone a tone and a half above what they can achieve." So you imagine if I hadn't had his help to describe some of the technicalities of the thing to me. So slowly over the years, I learned all of that. Otherwise, we'd have ended up with a studio full of people bleeding from the lip from trying to play stuff that's impossible. I wrote the lines, the promise of a republic lies within. We all get the chance at some point to look inside ourselves and to unlock the bits that have been... I know it's sort of reiterating the wall a bit. My obsessions have remained, by and large the same through my whole career, and I express them again here. I'm always deeply concerned with the idea of the powerlessness of the human being in the face of personal loss, and particularly within the context of wars and the loss of loved ones. What binds the wall and Sarah, the character in the wall, is preoccupied not just with the repressive nature of political hierarchies or the potential for them to be repressive, but also with his own potential to become part of that process and to deny his humanity and to accept I think in the case of The Wall and in the case of Sayera, all the time I was working on both projects, I was always thinking about a live production and performance. I mean, with The Wall, first and foremost. The Walls started not with a song, almost not with an idea. The Wall started with a little sketch, I've still got it at home somewhere, on a piece of paper about this big, of an arena, an auditorium, with a wall built across it. That was my starting point, and that's what fed everything, I thought, you know, I was just sort of blown away by this very, very, very simple idea and how incredibly dramatic it could be. I mean, the idea of having a pop group playing on a stage and building a wall and cutting them off from the audience, I still think it's a great idea. And the shows were fantastic. We actually did that. It was brilliant. And with Saira, I always dreamt, all the time I was working on it, I dreamt of it becoming a production, a live performance. You have to really explain a lot of stuff, say, no, it doesn't go like that. Because they're used to everything being, there it is, it's on the page and you read it, and what's written on the page is what you read, and you play what you read, and that's what it is. Well, you can't write the nuance of music on a page. It's a shorthand. You know, it's a very specific shorthand, but nevertheless, and rhythmically, it's really, you can't write swing on a piece of manuscript. You have to sing it to the orchestra. Say, no, it doesn't go like that, it goes like this, and then you have to actually sort of sing it, you know. Dum, 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 dum. And then they go, oh, and then you see them sort of, some of them fiddling with their scores a bit or whatever, and I see, and then they're just going, dum, 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 you know, and you've got these 8s going on at the bottom, and there's 12s going on over the top, and got it, oh yeah, this sounds quite good. And we had terrific fun. A lot of it was such good fun. There's something extraordinarily emotional about the singers singing some high melody. It's just so moving. It just makes me go, whoa, you know. You talk about shivers down the spine.
I love that.